In the end, the director still chose Barney without hesitation. They even brought champagne to celebrate. After Barney drank the champagne, he immediately reverted to his old self. His alcoholic talent was released uncontrollably. Barney grabbed equipment from the training base and flew into the sky, then accidentally fell. The engineer said it was non-alcoholic champagne. Since that was the case, Homer was successfully selected as the astronaut. When Homer thought about really going to space, he began seriously doing his homework in advance. He watched an episode of Tom and Jerry in Space Cartoon. As usual, the cat was badly tormented by the mouse. The children laughed heartily, but cold sweat dripped down Homer's forehead. On the night of the rocket launch, he put on his spacesuit. When he saw the real rocket, he panicked instantly. Homer called Marge, seeking comfort. Marge encouraged Homer on the other end of the phone. Homer thought it over and decided he couldn't give up. So he resolutely returned to the launch base and lay down in the spacecraft. 2 experienced veteran astronauts flew with him. The live camera was pointed at his face. The engineer said the ratings had reached an all-time high. The spacecraft left the atmosphere. Homer looked down at the blue planet from inside. Being so far from home for the first time, he felt empty inside. At this moment, he took out a bag of hidden chips. The veteran astronaut said the chips would clog the instruments, but Homer wasn't worried at all. He would clean up. He opened his mouth and ate chips in the air like a hungry snake. Homer enjoyed his food in the air so much that he forgot this was space. At this moment, there was a colony of ants ahead of Homer, but he couldn't stop his body now. Eventually, Homer's head crashed into the glass box containing the ant colony. Ants, soil, broken glass, and chips mixed together and took over the spacecraft. The 3 of them stared at each other, not knowing what to do. At this time, the TV station was preparing to broadcast the astronauts' life in space live. The images on TV made the audience anxious. The ratings hit a new high again. At this moment, ants crawled into the control switches. The spacecraft could break down at any moment because of the little ants. Mission Control proposed a self-rescue method. All astronauts should sit down, put on masks, and open the spacecraft hatch door. Use the negative pressure outside to clear the debris. Eventually, the debris was cleared, but Homer hadn't fastened his seatbelt and nearly drifted into space with the garbage. Fortunately, the 2 experienced astronauts pulled Homer back. However, the door handle broke, preventing the door from closing. This way, everyone would be roasted when returning to Earth. The veteran astronaut was very angry and wanted to beat up Homer, but Homer wouldn't just wait to be beaten. He took out a carbon rod to protect himself. At this moment, the carbon rod was sucked onto the door and couldn't be pulled out no matter what. If this carbon rod could hold the door, they might be able to return to Earth.
I'll bash you good! No.
At this time, the spacecraft was rapidly falling toward the ground. As long as that rod could hold, they could return safely. Finally, the spacecraft landed right on the roof of the press conference building. The astronauts opened the door, and reporters immediately rushed forward to interview them. The veteran astronaut said it was all thanks to Homer, who used this carbon rod to hold the door. The carbon rod once again took Homer's glory and appeared on the magazine cover. It even sat in a luxury car accepting worship from passers-by. Meanwhile, Homer could only sit in front of the TV, powerless and furious.
Stupid rod.